again, everybody. This is Ken Allison along with Cobb Oxford again today. And we are recording the show on National Signing Day, one of the most exciting times in Cobb's life. He is...
Yeah, hurry up. I got a turkey in the oven, you know. It is a holiday, so I got to run home and fix a holiday meal.
Yeah, man.
This is insane.
No, well,
I sat and watched ESPN
I did
this
too.
morning,
I did,
and it's pathetic. It really is.
Did you hear?
It's unbelievable what we've done to 17 and 18-year-olds.
You know, one of the things, Cobb, I used
the
to...
hat thing, it's
yeah.
got to go. It's old. It's tired. Don't want to see it anymore. Don't want to see it.
Well, two things. I used to say, all right, they signed today. Tell me about them in 3 years. But that doesn't count
no,
anymore.
5 years.
Well, even then.
So a buddy of mine used to say, I don't care about today because we don't know whether these guys can play dead in a cowboy movie. Ask me in 5 years whether this class was any good.
But now, Cobb, they're better when they get there because of the coaching, the training, the things they do to make themselves better ball players. And you know yourself now, if you look at Clemson the last 2 or 3 years, they have gotten some use out of freshmen. So you gotta keep that in mind. And you only get them 3 years now too. They're here 3 years, and then they're gone away most of the time.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily.
Well, I'm talking about the super guys.
Yeah.
You know. I mean, don't tell me Artavius Scott's going to stay and be a senior at Clemson. Deshaun Watson's not going to stay and be a senior. You know, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
One thing that happened today, I was listening to CCP, and they were saying this guy who's so-called number one in the nation, the recruit, number one in the nation, I saw him put on an Auburn hat.
Right.
And they said later he had signed with Florida at Auburn, two letters.
Well,
remember a kid did that to Clemson.
Which already signed one first. Yeah.
Everybody
signed first.
A kid did that at Clemson and Florida State a few years back. Ended up at Florida State. Yeah, Clemson tried to argue about that.
They actually ruled that he had to go to Florida State because he signed that one first.
So, and then I like the kid who had narrowed his choices down last week to IT Tech.
Yeah, I saw that guy.
Phoenix University. And so today he put 2 hats out there, both of them UCLA.
Yeah.
Well, I just thought it was kind of cute for a high school kid to come up with that.
Well, and then there was the big defensive lineman carrying a doll around with him.
Yeah, who was that?
I don't know.
Yeah, he's a giant. Big. Is he the guy that was the number one in the nation that we were talking about just now? And
I think it was the same guy.
Yeah, and couldn't decide, between Tigers and Gators.
Yeah.
All right. So far, they're saying that Alabama, of course, is the number one class. And if you're watching ESPN, that is followed by Florida State, followed by Clemson. But now if you jump over to 24/7 Sports, it's Alabama, Southern Cal, Florida State, Tennessee, LSU, Ohio State, and then Clemson at 7. I noticed another thing that's kind of weird. God, if these guys can make money doing this, we need to, you can sit in front of your computer and do all of this that these ranking guys do. You can pick up, steal from other people. You can pick up some highlight film of these guys. All right, I'm going to just go by one Clemson guy here. A kid named, let's go to Kelly Bryant. Everybody knows around here, okay? All right, ESPN's got him as the number 10 dual quarterback. Rivals number 11. Scouts got him as the number 51 quarterback. And 24/7 Sports has got him as the 32 dual, from some 10 to 32.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, all you got to do is get a list and just name them down there and put you on a website and try to sell some ads on it. Maybe sell subscriptions.
No.
Yeah,
no,
man.
No, I'm not interested. I don't care.
Hey, you're too allergic to work. That's your problem. All right, Shadell Bell is a wide receiver, 6'3", 190. and he is out of Decatur, Georgia. He's already enrolled. Kelly Bryant's already enrolled, the quarterback. Is he going to be a quarterback or a wide receiver?
Oh, he's going to be a quarterback.
You think he is?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Got enough wide receivers.
All right, so you got him. He's 6'4", 205, Wren High School. Then you got Caleb Chambers. Caleb is a D-back. He's from that great program in Greenwood.
Yeah.
And I'm looking for more glasses, Cobb, so I can try to read this stuff. Oh, I found them.
Right there in front of you.
Yeah, I didn't have my other glasses on. I couldn't see those glasses. All right, so you got him. Then you've got the guy out of Tampa, Florida. His name is Frew Morgan. He's an offensive lineman,
Yep.
6'5", 280, number 7. Now, the lowest he's ranked is 22 by Scout. And he's a big guy already, 6'5", 280. He can, man, they can put 20 pounds on him and no, you know.
Right, already enrolled.
Yeah. Is this Guyala?
Guyala, yeah.
Guyala.
Would be my guess.
He's enrolled. He's out of Augusta, Georgia. He's an offensive lineman, big guy, 285. Noah Green out of Boiling Springs. That program has come a long way over there. I'm going to skip down the enrolled ones because the drama around the Clemson fans has been Ray McLeod.
Right.
And Ray is one of the really big time recruits, a wide receiver. He's only 5'10", 180. And he was the first person to fax in this morning at 7:20.
Mm-hmm.
He'd visited Auburn, and I chewed Dickie Smith out yesterday for trying to steal him. And then the other guy who went out to Auburn was Deion Kane, mostly been known as a quarterback, going to be a wide receiver at Clemson. He's out of Tampa, and he faxed in his at 8 o'clock this morning. Christian Wilkins is a kid out of Connecticut, Suffield, Connecticut. He's a defensive tackle, 6'4", 290, and everybody likes him. All the services have him ranked in the top 10, and he's really supposed to be something. You got to, and you're looking for guys like this to play next year. Some of them.
Right. Yeah, and it's possible.
How about the Huggins kid? Isn't he? All right, they got him listed as a defensive end, 6'3", 280. He won't play defensive end at that size at Clemson, I don't think. He'll move inside.
Mm-hmm.
And he is out of Orangeburg. He's already up there enrolled. So all in all, Clemson is very, very proud of their
very
class.
excited.
Very excited. Very, very proud.
Got it. Met all their needs.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Man, this is what we were looking for. Come on, we've got to do a show. Get with it. Help me.
Well, you're shuffling papers over there. I know what you're doing. Talking about something I don't. I mean,
I know.
I know it's important, and I hate this term, lifeblood of the program. And I know you've got to do this, but there's something about watching ESPNU for an hour or two this morning. It makes you want to take a shower afterwards.
But remember now how many millions of dollars they make on this.
Well, that's part of it. That's part of it.
And the problem is we're not making any on that.
I mean, there was one poor youngster. They had them lined up like aircraft. 13 to make their announcement live on national cable TV this morning. And there was one poor youngster who was, I swear he was mush mouth out of the old Bill Cosby routine. Couldn't understand a word.
He was
that
too
came
excited
out of
to
his
talk.
mouth.
Now, that's not the group that had a girl who's going to be in cross country, too.
I don't know.
Down there where...
I wasn't paying that much attention. They cut to him and his announcement, and it was... You couldn't understand what he said. He was crying and mumbling and stumbling at the same time.
Well, bless his heart.
And it's just... I don't know. That, like I said, the hat thing needs to go away.
I don't know how you can stop them.
I don't either. I heard some guy, and I'm sure what he did was put just one slip of paper in the hat, or he put 5 slips of paper with the same school name on it. But he allegedly drew a piece of paper out of a hat and said, "This is where I'm going to go to school."
Right.
Yeah. Wow. It's just it's tired. And from watching ESPNU this morning, I can't believe that UCLA got like 3 players while I was watching from all different corners of the country. I mean, it was crazy what they were picking up. And
I've always thought it was best for a kid to go within a day's drive of home. Seriously. When Pepper Rogers, great Pepper Rogers.
It makes it easier to get them the money that way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Pepper Rogers was when he was at Georgia Tech. He spoke 2 or 3 times touchdown club over here, but he'd been at UCLA.
Oh, he was long gone from Georgia Tech when he spoke at touchdown club.
Well, I know, but I'm saying.
Yeah, he coached at Georgia Tech, played at Georgia Tech.
But he did say that he would never recruit a kid over too far away, didn't have a car and didn't have a. He said because I fed a lot of them at Thanksgiving. They couldn't go home for Thanksgiving.
Well,
couldn't. But he said the greatest thing was they had a guy from Illinois. He was at UCLA, and the kid walked in. He is 6'8", weighed 290 pounds. He said, "Coach, I got to talk to my mama." And he said, "Son, I can't let you use that phone right there. I can let you use that phone that you have to push that button, dial 9 to get out of here. Oh, excuse me, I got to run out to the restroom." And he left and stayed gone 30 minutes. Kid had to talk to his mom. They are giant people. They're still boys in their heart with their mama.
Yeah.
And so anyway.
Yeah, Bill Wilhelm had the exact opposite approach. He didn't want anybody local.
Afraid to go home to it.
No, he didn't want to have to deal with parents.
That's true. Bill.
He didn't want to have to hear anybody, and there's something to that.
Yeah, there is. Yeah. All right, the Gamecocks ranked number 20, 19 or 20, depending on where you're looking. They got 31. They had 39 that left. They got 31. And they have 10, no 5 stars, 10 4s, and 23-star guys, the Gamecocks. They got a guy from Saluda named Dexter Weidman. He is he's 6'4", 275. He's a DT. An offensive tackle out of Brooksville, Florida, Nature Coast Technical High School. And he's 6'7", 285. They got some big guys, too. And they always do well down in Greenwood, the Gamecocks.
Yeah, always have. Yeah. Clemson's
in the past
Clemson had
in the old
Shingler and Eddie Siegler.
Oh man, don't forget Harvey White.
And Harvey White, but
and then Joe Anderson.
Right, but that has been Carolina territory for
ever since then,
like last 30 years
since Frank left. Marquavius Lewis is a defensive end out of Greenwood. He's 6'4", 274, and Dante Sawyer.
And he's a junior college, right?
Yeah. Lewis is a junior college guy.
Yeah.
Dante Sawyer is a junior college guy out of Swanee, Georgia, East Mississippi Community College, 6'3", 265, a defensive end. That's a pretty good size for a defensive end, 265 or a little under.
Yeah.
You don't want them much bigger than that. Quarterbacks outrun them if they're a lot bigger than that. And they always got a guy out of Somerville too.
Right.
Zach Bailey, who is the number 15 ranked offensive guard out of Somerville. He's 6'3", 305. Pretty good size for a guard in high school especially.
Wow.
And so they got Pittman, Sherrod Pittman out of Jacksonville, First Coast High School. He's a linebacker, 6'1", 224. That's pretty good size. They'll put a few pounds on him, and he'll do all right. Jalen Christian, Damascus, Maryland High School, number 29 wide receiver. He's 5'10", 164. That's tiny. SEC, that's tiny.
Well, I heard the OBC on the U this morning, and he said number one thing was weren't very good on defense last year. Weren't very good. Only had 14 sacks. So